The first thing the man did after being reborn was to watch helplessly as his younger brother swapped his college admission letter from a prestigious university. He not only did not step forward to stop it, but instead warmly congratulated his brother, because only by doing so could he save his own life. In his previous life, when he discovered his brother was swapping the admission letter, he angrily rushed to stop him, but his brother ran out clutching the letter without looking back. The man chased after him and tattled to his parents. He thought his fair-minded parents would help reprimand his brother, but instead his father knocked him out with a shovel and snatched the admission letter from his hands, even praising his clever younger son for changing the name on the letter. Hearing this, the man demanded to know why his father was so biased, but what his father said next made the man completely despair. It turned out he was not their biological son. From the very beginning, they had been plotting against him. To prevent others from finding out, they stuffed the man in a sack and abandoned him in the mountains behind their home. And so, the younger brother became the first person in 100 miles to get into a top university. He even married his older brother's girlfriend. Meanwhile, the man was left in a ravine to be torn apart by a wolf pack, waiting for death. Fortunately, a passing billionaire witnessed this and helped the man fend off the wolves. To the billionaire's great surprise, the man lying there at death's door was actually his own son who had been separated from him for over 20 years. Seeing his biological parents appear at his side just before he died, the man's heart was filled with resentment and hatred. He vowed that if there was a next life, he would definitely make his adoptive parents pay a terrible price. When the man woke up again, he found that he had indeed been reborn on the day he received his college admission letter. At that very moment, his younger brother was taking the opportunity to alter the letter. This time, the man did not step forward to stop him, but pretended to be completely unaware and even offered his brother congratulations. However, as soon as he walked out of the room, the man went straight to the town's education bureau to report his brother, because he was determined to make his adoptive family spend the rest of their lives in jail as punishment. Unaware of all this, when the neighbors learned the man's younger brother had been accepted to a prestigious university, they immediately brought their daughter to propose a marriage. Seeing the woman, the man couldn't help but freeze in place, because in his previous life, the woman's father had said whoever could get into a top university could marry his daughter. The woman who should have married him ended up with his brother instead. In the previous life, framed by his adoptive parents, he didn't have time to explain to the woman. So this life, he was determined not to let the woman marry his brother. He hurried forward to grab the woman's hand, wanting to explain everything to her clearly. Unexpectedly, the woman ruthlessly shook him off. Only then did the man realize that the so-called love in his past life had all been an act put on by the woman, because back then, she was certain the man would get into a top university. Now seeing his younger brother admitted instead, she showed her true colors. The woman then turned and headed straight for his brother's room without a backward glance. Fantasizing about riding his coattails to success, the woman immediately took the younger brother's hand, wanting to marry him. The adoptive mother was overjoyed to see this. She decided on the spot to hold the younger son's college send-off banquet and wedding banquet together. The wedding day quickly arrived. Friends and relatives showered the younger brother with endless flattery and congratulations. Just as the younger brother was reveling in the praise and unable to extricate himself, the investigation team dispatched by the education bureau had already reached the village entrance.